Hello everyone, welcome back to Rocky Ridge Auto. Today we're going to go ahead and check out some of the hidden tips and tricks within this Corvette. All of the things that you wouldn't always know right away. Let's go ahead and get into it. So first up, a lot of the things have to do with your key fob. So keep this handy for all these tips and tricks. The Corvettes, obviously the engine is not in the front here, it's in the back here. So you have some extra storage here in the trunk area. It's called the front trunk area. And there's multiple ways that you can actually go ahead and access that area. First of all, in the vehicle, like most cars, you can. And then of course on the key fob in a second. So first up, find the front trunk area and you press it once and then you hold it in. People are having issues with pressing that button in their pockets. They switch it so that you don't have to double tap it. You press it once and then you hold it in. So accessing the front trunk area, you can see how much of the space and area you have within here. You have a charging port. You can actually hook up the trickle charger to have it in the winter when you have that plugged in, everything like that. But let's go ahead and shut this. So other than your key fob and accessing it within the vehicle, you have one last way where you can access the front area. Most Corvette owners know this, but actually underneath this lip here, you can see that there's a button. Press that down. Opens right up. So you have access to the trunk once again. And then to easily press this down, press it down enough, and then it goes ahead and closes right for you. Moving on to the next tip or trick, in case this key fob ever dies, you do have the automatic opener, so that wouldn't be able to work if your key fob is dead. So don't worry, Corvette and Chevy actually made it real easy and made a key fob area right up here where you can access and put your physical key into to access within the vehicle. So to access your physical key, press on this button and pull it out just like that, and you have your physical key. And on top of that, you have a physical key opener right under the license plate, right in here, right about over here, so you can access inside your trunk area. Which of course, like I mentioned, you can access your front trunk area, but trunk area, nice and simple. Open that up. The next little tip or trick is that removing the top part of the Corvette is an area right back here where you can set it down. A little bit of a hidden hack to put it in your trunk area. Shut this, has a nice little spot for it. And you can just have it nice and neat with you in case it starts to rain while you're out on your trip without a top. Same kind of way as the front trunk area, and take your thumb, press onto the back of the Stingray, put it, and it clicks right in. Another one with the key fob going dead, so you can actually go ahead and put it that this top portion would be right in this front part of your cup holders, and you can set it right down there. The battery is right in here, and that way it will go ahead and be able to transmit and start up your vehicle. So obviously it's still going to start up because the key fob is not dead, but in case you do run into that, you can go ahead and start it up that way. Start it up. For the next one up here, we can go ahead and turn this off. And actually a little hack within the Corvette glove box area locks when the vehicle is locked. So you can keep your valuables in there and no one can ever access it when the vehicle is locked. And you can also open up this glove box, nice and simple, opens up. But let's go ahead, take a step out and put the key a little bit further away with the doors locked and see the key right here. We're gonna go ahead, lock it up and set the key fob right over here. And let's try to get into that glove box. So you can see over here with the glove box, pressing the button, it is not opening up. No access within until it is unlocked, and then you can still not get into it because the key fob is not within the vehicle. Let's go ahead and grab the key fob real quick. Now that it is unlocked, glove box area. So that's just a little bit of a kind of nice hack to have when having valuables within the vehicle and making sure that they stay nice and safe. Something people are kind of particular about with the Corvettes is getting the paint touched, fingered up. So one little hack that you can go ahead and do is actually hook onto here. Take your pointer finger here, take it, hook it on, and shut it that way. No fingerprints to be added like that. Let's take a look at another key fob hack where we can go ahead and unlock it 3 times and it will put down the windows. So a nice breeze throughout the vehicle. You can go ahead and hold this in on the 3rd time and it will put down those windows. And then of course you have to go ahead and enter right back into the vehicle to put those back up. In case you hold it down on the 3rd time and it doesn't work, you might have to go up into the settings and access it within there. So let me go ahead and show you that. Let's put both of the windows back up and we can go ahead and access it within this center screen area. You can go ahead to your home menu, into settings. So within settings, you actually go into vehicle, scroll down to remote lock, unlock, and start. And then you can see your remote window operation, and then you can go ahead and click that on. It's already on, and we can see that it worked with the key fob, but in case it doesn't, you have to go through that to enter and access that. But of course, you have all of your other options like remote remove, things within for your key fob being left behind, things like that. But that's pretty much the gist for inside of this Corvette. I think that's about everything that I have for this Corvette today. Of course, this car has plenty of more hidden features and things within, but those are kind of the obvious ones or ones you would want to know in case your key fob dies, or just like a little bit of some hacks and tips and tricks within the vehicle. But I thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Our number is 717-733-895. You can always stop in for a visit. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Peace.